Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where we are actually currently planning to go to war, and it's going to be a relatively large war? Large-ish. I think that's the right way to put it. It's going to be large-ish. So for right now, it was pointed out by, who was that? It was... I'm sorry, the name is currently hidden by Discord because I'm in streamer mode. Oh boy. I can't really disable streamer mode or else we might hear a bunch of Discord noises. So I'm sorry, I don't know who it was. It started with an E, and you've got a, TV or computer monitor avatar. Thank you for letting me know about this. I had forgotten that we own the Falklands. So as you can see, they pointed out that I'm not needing to invade from Galapagos. We can invade from the Falklands. And this is only 2 sea zones. This is a much better invasion. And we're targeting this naval base. It's only a level 1 naval base. But we'll see if we end up actually getting anything out of that. We may have to move significantly more forces in here and try this multiple times. We'll see how that ends up going. For now, of course, we're busily justifying on Yemen. And this is... how long? Little bit of time. Okay, so let's use this time. We are going to be fighting the United Kingdom. So let's take a quick peek at the factions map mode here. So this is a British Concordat down here. And there's no British Concordat in Europe that I see. There is this down over here, but that doesn't count. That's not the British Concordat. So that seems fine. In Africa, there is no British Concordat. Of course, there is Ceylon down here, but this is not actually part of the British Concordat. Neither is this. Where's the British capital at this point? There's this in Australia. Where is the British capital? So this is Australia here. And these are the only 3 nations in this. So, where are you, Britain? Christmas Island? Okay, so this is the UK here. This is the UK. They have some islands out over here. This is UK. These are not. So, where is their capital? That is the question that I have right now. Because we're going to be at war with them fairly soon. And this is, of course, not the UK. So I want to select the UK over here and be like this. So we're looking for these green colors, right? Well, okay then. This is their capital. Well, that's hilarious. Okay, so in that case, let's immediately get their capital blockaded. I'm going to make a pretty big navy here. Actually, all of these, yes. That is all going to be a new navy, and we're going to bring in an admiral for that. I want a new admiral. There we go. This guy will do. So we want him to be just patrolling right out over here in the Bay of Bengal. So that'll be fine. He'll get that going. And then, of course, we're going to need to set up an invasion force. So I'm going to have these guys. These are 24 out of 72. That should be fine, though. I want them to invade from, Rangoon, perhaps? That's probably fine. So we can run an invasion like this onto Port Blair, and all of these guys are going to be assigned to that. So that seems good, and then we know that there's a couple of British islands out over here. What else do they hold? These are communist states of America. So I don't think... Aha! They hold Pitcairn Island. Anything up over this way? Nope, that's Communist States of America. So that's all fine for now. I believe it is just Diego Garcia, Cocos Islands, Christmas Island, and Pitcairn Island. I think that's all that remains of the United Kingdom. Oh, St. Helena and Ascension. Do they hold this? Nope, they do not. Do they hold anything up over here? No, that's all us. That's the Communist States of America there. Okay, So I believe that that's the entirety of the United Kingdom. Of course, there's Australia down over here. We're going to do a kind of island hopping campaign, I think. So the idea here is we invade here, then we invade down here, probably. Then we backtrack over to here, then over to here, then from here we invade Australia. And we can, in the meantime, we don't control Easter Island, Chile does. We can eventually launch an invasion of Pitcairn. That said, they might just capitulate when we take their capital. They very well might. So that's definitely something to think about. This invasion of Argentina, I'd like to have some backup forces fairly nearby. So let's come in over here and let's grab this tank unit. And that tank unit is going to delete all orders. And I want that tank unit to head on down here and be based in Port Stanley for the time being. So we're just going to have them come down and area defend right down here. Now, I believe they have an area defense up here currently. No, they're on the move. Okay. Now, we're definitely going to want to build up our number of naval bases here. So we're currently at a level 1, not here. We're currently at a level 1 naval base here, and we want to max both of these out in the Falkland Islands. So let's get that going, and that's going to be our jumping off point for those tanks. Now, do we think we're going to need a full infantry army for that? To be honest, I kind of don't. How strong is Argentina? Do we know? We don't have enough intel. Okay. Well, we'll find out. We will find out. The 6 Marines are honestly probably enough. And I think I'll just leave that be for now. We can move more reinforcements in later if we need to. Does the UK have anything in the Caribbean? I don't think so. Okay, so we have a vague idea of what we're up against here. So that seems good. I do want to get some constructions going. Now, as I said, I did not save up political power in between episodes because we've got actual geopolitical things going here. So we're not currently, or we are currently coring. I'm not going to focus on coring at this moment. So let's see if we can buy up any of Germany while we're waiting. Well, that was good. Excellent. Okay, we're getting large chunks of Germany. Not that section of France. Fair enough. Okay, so we're almost done with these for now. If I can actually press these buttons. Okay, there we go. Unwilling to part with that land. Let's see if we can get Flanders. No. And Nord-Pas-de-Calais. No. So that's all we can get for now. So that sounds good. And at this point, we need to build infrastructure if we need to build it anywhere, and we don't. So then anti-air. Yes, there are a couple of locations. And do we get any coastal forts? No. These are coastal forted, right? They are not. I'm going to prioritize coastal forting the Falkland Islands for now. So we're not really anticipating that there's much of a fight, that we get attacked in many places with this particular war. So that's fine. I think we'll be absolutely A-okay here. So that's all good. We'll get that underway. And we did not get our civilian factories underway. That is something that we definitely need to do. But we are absolutely preparing for war here, although I suspect it'll be a fairly minor war, all things considered. The real question is, do we want to wait for our invasion of the UK capital to be ready or not? Because I don't think it's going to be ready by the time we are ready to declare this. Just checking it up over here. Nothing. Okay, looks good. So we need to get these civilian factories done. There we go. Let's look at our timings. So, Yemen is going to be attacked, and that's going to be done in, well, about 39 days. Okay, fair enough. But these guys out over here, how are they doing on their preparation? Yeah, you can see that's going to be another 120 days. We have a fleet, a quite strong fleet, out over here. And that looks good for now. We also have fleets controlling this area, so that seems good. Now, we're going to definitely be able to launch attacks out over here from Africa, although I'm wondering... We don't currently have... Oh, we do have naval bases up here. So that should be fine. I'm not terribly concerned about that then. Okay. And now we wait. Sounds good. So there's nothing that we can do in terms of more land acquisitions in Western Europe. We will get to the point very soon where we don't have any more land acquisitions to go for. We're not quite there yet, but we will definitely be there soon. But this will give us an in on all of the major continents. It's going to be very, very good because we'll be able to buy up South America. We'll be able to buy up large sections of Australia. We can't make our way onto these islands very easily, unfortunately. So the question is, how do we go about doing that while adhering to our rules? I don't know that we can easily unless we manage to... These are all part of the Allies, actually. Potential opportunities there if a war with the Allies breaks out, which would be a last resort scenario, right? Hey, we've got the Chilean scenario breaking out again. That's actually surprising to me because I guess that part didn't go to American Bolivia. Interesting. So we can keep an eye on this. Last time they naval invaded right down here, and then everything fell apart in a matter of days. So let's take a look and see if that continues to happen here. We must ready the people for war. Yes. We're pretty ready for war at this point. I don't expect... Oh, wow. They just walked straight through American Bolivia this time. No naval invasion required. Okay. That's different. And there it goes. And the war in Chile is over. As we would expect. So that sounds good. I do want to check in and see if there's anything else that we can purchase. We can try to buy Brabant, and that's about it for right now. We got it, so that's nice. We can check to see if it needs infrastructure, and actually it does. And anti-air? Yes. And this should definitely require coastal forts. Okay, right up over here. We are not buying Dunkirk yet. We'll get there. Is this ours? No. Okay. So that all sounds good, and then, of course, we need to get those civilian factories back. So we'll get those ready to go. Our justification of conquering North Yemen is now finished. So the question is, do we want to wait on our invasion of the UK or not? Well, I think we need to determine if they're even going to honor their guarantee. I don't know if that's required in this game. Are they automatically called in, or do they have the option of just abandoning their guarantee? Because if they have the option of abandoning their guarantee, they should do so. I'm going to declare this, and we'll find out. Potential enemies. So I think they have the option. So, they're no longer part of the Allies. So this is absolutely fine if this happens. Okay. They called the UK in, and the Dominion of Australia and Argentina also joined the war along with them. So it's exactly the ones we expected. I'm going to tell these guys to go ahead and execute as soon as they're capable of doing that. There's no way that the UK will be able to stop us at this point, so that seems good. This down over here, though, these guys haven't arrived yet. That's a little surprising to me. Okay, Yemen joined the British Concordat. It's not like Yemen is going to exist for very long here. So we'll just push on in. And there's very little that they can do. So that seems good. But surprisingly, these guys haven't arrived yet. I thought they would have been here by now. I'm not surprised that the tanks haven't arrived here. That is not surprising at all. But this seems fine. So down over this way, we lost 3 destroyers, and they lost 2 destroyers. It's okay. We can replenish our destroyers with no major issues. So these airplanes here, where do we have our airplanes right now? Are they still up over here? There are certainly some. So we've got these guys right up over here. I want to move them down over to here. And they'll make their way over eventually. But some of these are too many, right? So we're going to need to move 320 of these squadrons. So we need to select a certain number of these. Let's deselect these. Oh, we've only got 3 selected? Oh, I see. This is just very, very subtle. I have a hard time seeing the difference here. But yeah, I see. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. Well, we can actually just see up here. Just multiply that number by 10. So we just need to get this up to 32. $31 and $32. There we go. So we'll get these 32 headed over here, the rest headed here. And that looks fine. Okay, so in this one we traded 2 destroyers for 6 of their destroyers. Looks great. We don't expect them to be able to stop us in any meaningful way here. So down over this direction, we can see that there are definitely some troops garrisoning these areas. And that's fine. We just need to allow our Marines to arrive here. And I'm not going to tell them to go right away, but fairly soon. Oh, this is Argentinian. Okay, that's noted. That's absolutely noted. So that seems fine for now. We are going to make sure that we take that over. But for right now, it seems good. Oh, are we invading here? No, we're not. Okay. I was going to say, these weren't told to invade. I wanted to allow their morale, or rather their organization, to regenerate a little bit. So we're just going to let that bring its way on up, and then we're going to see about making our way in here. Now, my next question is, where are our tanks? They're almost here. So that looks good. We're going to have these guys be launching very, very soon, and we can see we've definitely upgraded the naval base levels here. But we're not going to launch quite yet. 60? 65? 70? And 74. Let's go. So we're going to have these guys just go ahead and execute their invasion, which they should be able to instantly do. Yep, that looks good. And then out over this way, we can see Yemen is still fighting, but it's not going to last too long. This is mountainous. It's a little tough for our tanks to get in there. I'm not too concerned about that right now. So that seems good. Down over this direction, we're going to head on in. And the tanks are definitely arriving here. So we are currently winning this engagement. If we can take this, this is huge. Looks like we're likely to win it. Got it. Okay. So now what we need to do is we need to immediately fortify this area. We need to start building up our naval base here. We absolutely need higher naval base levels. And then this unit apparently is not assigned here. Come on in here. But let's have these guys see if they can offensive line straight out to, like, here. Not quite like that. Like that. Sure. So I'll have them do that, and we'll see what they can get out of that. Meanwhile, these guys, they need to just come in here and start frontlining there. We just need to have them arrive. So that looks good for now. We want to push out here and get our beachhead at Rawson established. So that looks good. Now, out over this way, my question is, how long on these guys? Okay, that's going to be a while yet. That seems okay. So Yemen is currently completely surrounded, and they'll start stack wiping fairly soon. There's no problem there. Okay. So we're definitely pushing in here a little bit. Good. I do want to have one of these Marine divisions hop back here and grab this little section. Okay. So the Marines are trying to fortify this area. It's a very big deal if we can take here and here, because that means that Rawson is completely free to construct. Now, it looks like they've kind of abandoned this area. So, yeah, there we go. So now I don't care about the Marines doing offensive operations. So I'm going to delete this order. The Marines are here to hold this territory. The tanks are here for offensive operations. So what I want right now is I want the tanks to offensive line like this. That's only 11 divisions? Okay.
Hey, come on.
We can't assign all of them here? No. What's going on here? Assign all of them here. Okay, there we go. So that looks good. And we're now holding this area. Now that we have this beachhead established, it's pretty over, to be honest. So supplies are a little bit grim over here. We're going to need to motorize this hub. Absolutely. We have some supplies coming in, but I really want our tanks to push in here. And I want this infantry unit to come in here and just cut these guys off. Yemen has capitulated, and that is not in the slightest surprising. So that looks good. I'm going to leave those troops there for now because I don't believe that they are, strictly speaking, necessary. So that looks good. And, of course, we are going to take over a bunch of other locations out here. But for now, Argentina is actually the largest threat in this coalition. So that seems fine. They're trying to build up some forces here, but now we have a cutoff here. So that's absolutely great. I want to grab these 10 tanks, and their goal is going to be to offensive line just straight down to here. And they can go ahead and execute that. I'm going to delete this offensive line, and I'm going to grab these 14 tanks, and their goal for now is to offensive line up to about right here. Actually, maybe a little bit higher up. Let's just back that off a little bit, and let's just do something like that for now. And they can go ahead and execute that as well. Okay, so we really do need to get some reinforcements over here. I'm going to move these tanks temporarily. So they're on their way over to hold that position. Getting more supplies over here is, of course, going to be a pretty big deal. But we do have some supplies on the way in. So we have 2 victory points at this point. We've got this level 1 naval base that we're working on expanding. But I want to push down this direction and get all of this area taken over. And this should be pretty easy. Once that's done, these guys can be reassigned up here. And that looks good. For the time being, we're building up political power, and I think that's largely okay. I do think that we probably want to be doing a core right now. So let's get a core going. Seems good. So we're just going to continue to push down here. These guys have access to 0 supplies. We just want to make sure that there's not an issue there. And then there's this down over here as well. Oh, wow. Apparently we took down 2 heavy ships, 2 heavy cruisers, 4 destroyers, and 4 light cruisers. That's quite a lot. And out over here, we took down 14 destroyers and 14 naval bombers for the cost of 1 destroyer. I like it. So we're trading very, very well in that regard, obviously. How long until these guys do their invasion? Well, 26 days is the answer. That's fine. And we should probably be thinking about more of these naval invasions. So I'm going to grab these guys, and I'm going to split out 6 units here. And we're going to put in a commander. This guy will do. And the idea here is naval invade from here to here. I want to get this taken care of, and we'll get that prep work underway. So that looks good for now. In the meantime, how are we doing out over here? Well, supplies are still definitely grim out over this direction. No surprises on that one. But it's not as grim as the supplies are right here. These supplies are very tight for them, and they're all going to get stack wiped. So that's good, and these forces will get redirected up to the north. As we can see, we are pushing up over here, and that looks good. They're actually retreating? Huh. They're able to get out here? That's interesting. Apparently they are. Well, I don't think they can do a front line here anyway. So we should be fine to just move up here and push up through Argentina. So that seems good, and that gives us, as I said, an in into South America. That's a very big deal. Now, out over this way, we need to get some additional islands set up. And then there's this island here. Honestly, I think Galapagos is our easiest to invade from. But it's probably going to go like this. Is probably going to be the path. Let's get planning on that. So let's get another invasion force here, and let's just promote up a field commander. Okay, this guy will do. And we are going to do a naval invasion from Galapagos to this UK island right here, Pitcairn Island. So we're going to get that going, and yeah, as I expected, 3 sea zones. That's okay. We don't need these fleets down here anymore. They are no longer necessary. So we can actually grab our fleets that are over here, which is this one, and we can have that head over here. And then this one, which can head up here. And then this one, which can head right here. And we'll also do a naval invasion down here, I'm sure, or we'll just wait for capitulation from Argentina. Again, we might see the British fully capitulate when we take Port Blair. And that would be a very good thing for us, for sure. This is only a couple days away. It is about time to put a cut in, so I'm going to cliffhang this. I don't like doing that. I seriously thought about extending this episode slightly, but I'm in a bit of a time crunch today, and I just can't do it. So we're going to have to cliffhang this episode. And next episode, we'll find out what happens with Port Blair, and whether the British immediately capitulate or not. That would be very good if they did. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge, STL, Rornaz, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.